Hi, this is your introduction to the tutoring goals for and instruction part 2, the assignment where you will be observed for one of your lessons. And if you click on resources and materials and then scroll down to, or click on tutoring goals and plans guidelines and open up that document, you will see that there's the part 1, which is your paper. If you scroll down to the second sheet, this is part 2, right here where it says PBA in live text. This is a live text assignment, and you will be submitting it in live text after you've been assessed, but only after you've been assessed. Okay, so in part 2, you are going to create 4 documents. The first document is your plan for instruction. That is your actual lesson plan. Now you will have honed your skills with your first 4 lesson plans being looked at by the UTA for your course, and then this implemented lesson is the one that will be formally assessed. So this is the lesson plan. You'll create it as you have created all the rest of your formal lesson plans. Remember that you are to make sure that the Insights into Text section is completely filled out and that you do have a text, a book, that you are linking to your lesson. The second document that you will create is a pre-reflection. In the pre-reflection, you're going to create a 2-page double-space typed narrative, as it states here, that briefly describes the lesson. You're going to discuss why you chose to create this lesson, how it relates to one or more of the goals you set forth for the student, and what you expect or anticipate during the actual implementation itself. What I'd like for you to do is to bring in hard copy the day you're being observed, a hard copy of this pre-reflection. You will also bring in a copy of your lesson plan, hard copy. Actually, you need to bring in 2 copies. One copy that you will use to follow along as you're teaching your lesson, and one that I will collect along with the pre-reflection. Those are the 2 hard copies you will bring to the lesson. Then you will implement the lesson. This is not actually a hard copy of anything, but this is the third thing you will be doing, is you will teach the lesson and I will observe you. And in just a moment I'll share with you the checklist that I will use that you can use to follow along with when creating your pre-reflection and your post-reflection and knowing the criteria for your actual implementation. So you will teach the lesson. I will observe at least a third, if not a half, of your lesson. And then as soon as your implementation is over, the class is over for that day, you're going to create a post-reflection. And you need to do that within 48 hours. So for example, if your class takes place on Mondays and Wednesdays and you are observed on a Monday, you need to have your post-reflection completed by the class time on Wednesday. If you implement your lesson on Wednesday, then you would need to have it submitted by quote-unquote class time on Friday, even though we don't meet on Friday. Same thing for Tuesday, Thursday, except it would be class time on Thursday and what would be class time on Saturday. How do you submit this post-reflection? You will email it to me at mslever@ilstu.edu. Please indicate in the subject line your the words post-reflection and your section number, please. You need to do that within 48 hours. So this post-reflection actually needs to be a 2 to 4 page double-space typed post-reflection. You will do this instead of the regular post-reflection that we do every day after tutoring. You're going to think about how your student responded to your teaching, and you're going to be describing what exactly happened during the lesson and what you might do differently next time. Were there times in your implementation that you had to adapt the lesson? If so, how did you do that? Part 2 of this assignment is to be assessed on the weekend after you have implemented it by me. and will be returned to you day 1 of the following week. Once you have received your graded implementation, then and only then can you upload it to LiveText. So now this is the assignment for the implementation, the pre-reflection, the lesson plan, the post-reflection, and the actual implementation. The grading tool that will be used, I'll share with you here, is located, if you scroll down on the Resources and Materials section, under the PBA teaching cycle, you can see it where it says Literacy PBA Checklist. Click on that and open that up. And this is the document that I use to assess your implemented lesson. I don't know where it went. It's coming. There we go. So in looking at this checklist, this is what I will use to assess your pre-reflection. You can look specifically at all of these points of criteria to make sure that they are all a part of your pre-reflection. Here's the lesson plan, the formal evaluation of the lesson plan. Remember, you're still using the formal lesson plan format, and please make sure that all of these parts are part of your lesson plan. For the post-reflection, I will be looking specifically at these points of criteria, and when all added up, it adds up to 150 points. Here's where your insights into text will be recorded. Remember, I did indicate to you that of the 250 points for this implementation, 10%, this 25 points, is devoted to that insights into text, so please make sure your lesson plan is connected to a book. The next sheet is the actual checklist for the implementation itself. I will be looking at your instructional procedures on how you introduce your lesson, how you model and do guided practice, so the I do and we do portion of your lesson, and then the independent practice, the you do, how your student works toward independence, and then the closure of your lesson. Please don't just say, oh, it's time to go, time's up. You need to make sure that you are devoting a few minutes at the end to wrapping up, whether you do an I can statement, you do a review with the student, but it's also a good time for you to assess informally if they can explain to you what it is that they've learned. And then, are your materials ready to go for your lesson? The total for this implementation is 75 points, and when all of the points are added up on both of the sheets, it's a total of 250 points for this assignment. I will present this checklist to you, but it is available on the wiki. If you have any questions after viewing this video, please bring them to class the following class period. Thank you.